Bob Seger tickets still available for the May 28th show at Van Andel Arena. Oh, there's no charge? Of course there's no charge. 4 tickets for free for you, and a limo ride to the show, and a catered dinner on a rooftop high above Grand Rapids before that show, brought to you by American Metal Roofs. Just go to rockingtheroof.com. rockingtheroof.com and register, and you could win. The President of the United States was in Ireland yesterday. That certainly was a grand moment, and we're going to make it our grand moment of the day, brought to you by Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. If you're planning a special occasion this summer and want it to be grand, contact the Grand Hotel at 800-33-GRAND or visit them online at grandhotel.com, and we'll talk to Dan Musser, the president of Grand Hotel, coming up a little bit later. Next week, we'll be broadcasting live from Grand Hotel for the Detroit Regional Chamber Policy Conference. All of the big politicians and business people will be there, so we'll take you there virtually. Brought to you by HealthPartnersInc.com. They specialize in serving people with brain injuries and spinal cord injuries from automobile accidents, and they're experts regarding your rights and benefits under the law. Health Partners believes a better system produces better care, and they have offices in Traverse City, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Flint, and Southfield. For more information about their 20 years of service in Michigan, go to Health Partners Incorporated. HealthPartnersInc.com. All right, time for a weather forecast. I'm sure you're getting ready for your Memorial Day weekend. You're hoping the gas prices will stay down, and you're hoping the temperatures will stay up, and that we'll need an umbrella and we'll avoid the rain. Here is my brother, the meteorologist from WTOL TV 11 in Toledo, Robert Shields.
You can expect a quiet Tuesday from the Sioux Locks to the beaches of New Buffalo. Here is your forecast for Pure, Michigan. High pressure is drifting across the Upper Peninsula. This means a dry day, a northerly breeze, and temperatures dropping more than 10 degrees statewide. Highs along the Lake Michigan shoreline will range from the mid-60s in Benton Harbor and St. Joe to the mid-50s near Petoskey and Harbor Springs. In mid-Michigan, expect partly sunny skies and highs near 70. Across the country, it is worth noting a tornado outbreak is possible today in Kansas and Oklahoma. It seems for once this season, right in the heart of Tornado Alley. I'm meteorologist Robert Shields. Back to you, Michael Patrick.
Thank you very much. We go over to Ireland, where the weather's been mean lately, we understand, but it was all smiles and rainbows with the president there yesterday. Ken and Stephen Neal, Church of Ireland rector in Moneygall, where President Obama arrived yesterday. Good morning, and thanks for being available.
Good morning. Delighted to be with you.
Tell me, what was it like? What was the scene like? We understand he came and went to a local pub and met some patrons, but give us the story in your words.
Well, it was a magical day. We've been anticipating this since St. Patrick's Day, when the president announced he was going to come to Moneygall and meet his cousins and trace his ancestral heritage. And it proved to be just that. It surpassed everybody's expectations. It was a big, long meet and greet line in the village, and he and the First Lady literally worked the entire line, picking up babies, giving people hugs and kisses, meeting cousins, and it was a wonderful occasion. Then he came inside the pub where I was part of the welcoming committee, and we showed him the records which linked him to Moneygall, and he met more of the relations, including, of course, his cousin Henry VIII, the eighth cousin of the president, who gave him the tour of Moneygall and introduced him to all the local people who were so delighted to see him and the First Lady. But they really lit up the room, and they went behind the bar, and the president had the mandatory pint of Guinness, and the First Lady poured 2 pints of Guinness, and her second pint was the perfect pint. She did a brilliant job. It's like she was at it all her life.
That's not an easy thing to do. There's an art to it, isn't there, pouring the perfect pint?
Oh, absolutely. It normally takes years of training, and her second pint, as I say, was picture perfect. So definitely, even when the president leaves office, the First Lady certainly has an alternative career to fall back on.
We're going to talk with Henry Healy a little bit later, the president's cousin, as I understand it, there in Moneygall. How far is Moneygall from Dublin?
It's about 120 minutes by car. It's about 140 kilometers.
Did he come by chopper? Did he fly around in a chopper?
He came by a chopper. There was some skepticism because the weather was pretty bad. There was some very strong gusts and some very heavy showers. But do you know one thing that really impressed people? He and the First Lady, despite the rain, despite the appalling weather conditions, they stuck with it, and they made a point of seeing everybody who came out to see them. And I think that made a lasting impression. But I think he also saw Ireland at its best. He saw a country which I think in the last couple of weeks has begun to believe in itself again. We had obviously this wonderful visit yesterday, the Queen's visit preceding it, and I think amidst what has been a difficult time, as it was for you as well economically, I think we're beginning to see that things can change.
Boy, that's nice to hear, because it has been a glum couple of years for the former Celtic Tiger. Here's, speaking of Celtic and Gaelic and Irish, here's President Obama. He made an attempt, at least, to speak what is kind of a complicated language, the Irish language, and here's what that sounded like.
It's Féidir Linn. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. It's Féidir Linn.
It's Féidir Linn. Is that decent pronunciation?
It is. That's very good, actually, and which means yes, we can. Yeah, and we actually helped him rehearse that when he was in the pub. He had a couple of Irish lines he wanted to check with the locals, so we gave him a little bit of coaching so that he got it right when he went up to Dublin for the big speech.
I understand too. He said he toasted with sláinte. That's pretty good. Nice.
That's right. Oh no, it was certainly his Irish roots were really showing. It was. I'd say if he'd stayed a few more hours, he would have developed quite a bit of the brogue. And but he has told us he's going to come back. He and the First Lady are going to come back, and they're going to bring the children with them next time. So we look forward to that.
Now, I thought he put on a bit of a brogue.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you hear it? I mean, he put it on. Were you offended by that, or did you think it was cute?
No, I think it was charming, and I think you couldn't be offended by either the President or the First Lady. They're just such gracious, lovely, warm people. I mean, everybody had the same response. I have to admit, I was quite nervous coming up to the time when we were going to meet them. But as soon as they walked into the room, those nerves faded. It was like you were with old friends. I must say, both of them have an extraordinary talent to just to put you at your ease. And the other thing which was lovely to see was them. It really is tangible. The two people still very much in love, and that's to see.
I think the clip is the last one where you can hear him in the pub, and I think he puts on a bit of a brogue. Here's what it sounded like.
Okay. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. And is this your family? My wife. Yeah. So nice to see you.
Yeah, a little bit of it there, I think.
Oh, definitely. I know it's developing, and when he comes back, we'll help him along.
Now, there's such a thing as a plastic patty, is there not?
There is that, but there was actually very, very little of that sort of con business and all that sort of thing. There was nothing, I suppose, tasteless or kitsch. The whole feeling yesterday was it was a very wholesome family community event. And we talk in Ireland sometimes of a cringe factor, that sort of patty thing. But actually, that was absent. It was a genuine thing. The roots were genuine. The links to Moneygall are documented, and I think the whole thing was just one of those great events.
Kenan, I hope a lot of people will follow the Obamas and visit Ireland. It's one of the most stirring vacations you can possibly have, and we sure appreciate the welcome you put out for anybody, not even just the President of the United States.
You'd be very welcome anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you indeed. Slán go fóill to Canon Stephen Neal in Moneygall, where the President was there yesterday. And it all came apparently from an inquiry at Ancestry.com. And he was one of the men who found the church records for President Obama. We will continue with your Tuesday morning. Michael Patrick Shields.